Let's take you now live to UPSA here in Accra, where the flag bearer for APC, Dr. Hassan Ayariga, is launching his manifesto.
And leader of our great party, I have the National Youth Organizer of the All People's Congress here. And we're going to have a little conversation whilst we get ready. All right, okay. Hassan, welcome.
Thank you so much, my brother.
Today is a big day. Is that not it?
Sure.
Why would you tell somebody to be part of the great APC?
You see, in Ghana today, we are all fed up with both MPP and NDC.
Very true.
We have seen what they have done. We see what the NDC did when they were ruling. And we've equally seen what MPP is currently doing. Obviously, we really need a change from the MPP to APC, because it can't go back to NDC, which we have seen. We've seen what they have done before. So obviously, we know how we do. We listen to people. You know, every Ghanaian is fed up. It is not just easy, and we need a vibrant young man with an insightful policies that can keep Ghana moving. So if you look at APC, the ideology surrounding APC, because it has always been winner takes all. At any point the NDC or the MPP is in power, you realize that they concentrate on only people that belongs to their party card. If you are not part of them, then you are seen not to have any ideas. But there are a lot of ideas from others. So,
thank you very much. That is the youth organizer of the party, King Hassan. Ladies and gentlemen, please, let's rise on our feet and welcome the founder,
Your Excellency,
the leader,
Your Excellency,
the flag bearer,
Your Excellency,
of the All People's Congress,
Your Excellency,
His Excellency,
Dr.
Hassan Ayariga. Ladies and gentlemen, the man is here. Number 9 on the Lord's paper. Number 9 on the hot sheet. The flag bearer of the great All People's Congress, the APC. Let's welcome Dr. Hassan Ayariga. APC. 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 Let's take it one more time. APC. 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 Yes, indeed, it is power to the people. A round of applause for our incoming president, who just walked into the auditorium, Dr. Hassan Ayariga. You and I know this is the only man that can save the country from the mess that has been created. This is the only man that can save the country out of corruption. This is the man that can save the country out of the injustice and the mess created by the parent government. APC APC. Put your hands together for yourself once again for your presence. We want to welcome each and every one of you and be reminded that we are live on Joy TV, and some of our partner media stations are here as well, and they are carrying it live. Without wasting much time, I would want to invite Reverend Brown Adiema to come and give us the opening prayer as we commence. Put your hands together, APC.
APC. APC. APC. Thank you, thank you, thank you. With all humility, shall we bow down our heads for prayer? Precious God, Jehovah Almighty, Jehovah Elohim El Shaddai, we give you all the glory, we give you all the praise, that it please you to gather all of us together today for this very important occasion of the Manifesto of APC. We thank you for the leadership. We thank you for the life of His Excellency, Dr. Hassan Ayariga and Mrs. Ayariga. We thank you for the running mate, His Excellency, Reverend Dr. Walanyo Mensah, and his beloved wife, Second Lady. We thank you once again for the leadership who put together this program. Father, precious God, we pray whatever activity that will go on here, we commit it into your hands. We pray for your divine guidance, your divine leadership, wisdom, power, and understanding. We pray that let there be peace. We pray that let not be any confusion, troublemaking agent in this place. Because APC, power to people, freedom to people, who will take this country to another level. Jehovah Almighty God, we thank you now and forever. In Jesus' name, shout a big amen.
Put your hands together once again for Reverend Brown Adiema. APC, we have got men of God, we have got chiefs, we have got traditional rulers, people that have come far and wide and are gathered in here because we believe in the man Dr. Hassan Ayariga, that we are all going to support him to be the next president of our nation, Ghana. Ladies and gentlemen, wherever you are watching us from, this is an ongoing launch of the Nation Manifesto. The manifesto that is about to save the country. The manifesto that is about to bring a change. We are going to present to you the savior of this land. Without wasting much time, I would want to welcome the National Women's Organizer of the All People's Congress to come and then give us a welcome address. Put your hands together for Bliss Sosu. APC. Keep clapping, ladies and gentlemen. The only powerful National Women's Organizer in Ghana.
APC. 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 Good. Good evening, everyone. Honorable guests, esteemed colleagues, ladies and gentlemen. It is my pleasure to welcome you all to today's event. My name is Bliss Sosuhonu, the National Women Organizer of APC, that is the biggest opposition party in Ghana. I would like to extend my sincere gratitude to our distinguished guests, chiefs throughout the whole country, the clergy, for taking time to join us today, Your presence is a testimony to our commitment to chase the elephant into the bush. I would also like to recognize the efforts of the founder and leader of the party, Dr. Hassan Ayariga. Her beautiful wife, Mrs. Anita Ayariga. His running mates, the national executives, regional executives, constituency executives, members of the party, and the media for working tirelessly to make this event possible. Your dedication and support also helped us to qualify for the presidential race, where we are the number 9 on the ballot box. Yes. Number 9, not number 1, number 9. The broom is also our symbol. As you already know, we have gathered here to witness the launch of the APC Manifesto. The APC have very good plans for the people of Ghana. One way is by sweeping the corrupt leaders with our broom. I know after our manifesto launch today, Ghanaians will be convinced to give the APC a chance come December 7th. Thank you again for being here, and I wish you all a productive and enjoyable experience. I welcome you all.
APC, APC. Put your hands together for the National Women's Organizer of the All People's Congress, all the way from the Volta region. Voltarians, are you in the building? Are you in the building? The All People Congress loves you so much. After the campaign, after the manifesto launch, we are going to storm the Volta region. Nothing can stop us. Ladies and gentlemen, we have got some dignitaries in our mess here, and we would want to introduce them. We have some of their names here, but before I go further, we are live on Joy News and live on GTV. Wherever you are watching us from, you are watching the live telecast of the launching of the nation's manifesto of the All People's Congress, APC. With us here is the leader of the People's National Convention, Mr. Apasera, is in our midst. We have the former National Treasurer of the People's National Convention, Mr. Adam Zakani. Ladies and gentlemen, this year's election is going to be the survival of the fittest, because APC has become more stronger, because we have an alliance of various independent candidates who actually wanted to contest as presidential candidates and has thought it very well to join an alliance with the All People's Congress. So we are going to soon be introducing the various independent presidential candidates that are here with us and then aligned with us for the 2024 general elections. As you can see, we have the chiefs who are here, and very soon we would be introducing them as well. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the nation's manifesto. In our midst here, we have Dr. Seth Intim Ejako. He is the leader and founder of the Liberation Front of the Ghana Youth for Change. Thank you very much for coming. And to all of you who are seated here, we welcome you so much for coming. And give a wave. People are watching you. Beautiful women and handsome men, thank you very much for coming. We would keep introducing the people as and when the names comes in. APC, 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 APC. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for us to sit down quietly and listen to the keynote address from our vice presidential candidate. He is not here alone. He is as well here with the wife, the second lady of the next APC government. Without wasting much time, with a round of applause, help me welcome Reverend Dr. Samuel Walayo Mensah. Keep clapping, keep clapping. Reverend Dr. Samuel Walayo Mensah. This is the running mate of the All People's Congress for the 2024 general election.
Thank you very much, Reverend MC. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed members of the All People Congress, distinguished traditional leaders, the media, fellow Ghanaians, all protocol observed. As we gather here today, we stand at a crucial juncture in our nation's history. The upcoming 2024 elections present us with an opportunity to reflect on the past and envision a brighter future for all Ghanaians. I'm honored to address you as the running mate to the noble presidential candidate Dr. Hassan Abdullahi Ayariga. And I want to speak directly about the pressing issues of economic mismanagement, hardship, and corruption that have plunged this country into uncertainties. Economic mismanagement and hardship. Ghana has long been recognized as a beacon of hope in West Africa, but today, we find ourselves grappling with the consequences of poor governance and economic mismanagement. The current administration has failed to implement policies that foster sustainable growth, leading to the staggering increase in public debt and inflation. The cost of living has skyrocketed while wages have stagnated, forcing many into poverty and total despair. Families are now struggling to put food on their table, and our middle class is being squeezed into a precarious existence. The mismanagement of our economy is evident in the recent failures of key institutions like the Bank of Ghana. The inability of its risk management subcommittee to foresee the repercussions of reckless fiscal policies has resulted in significant financial losses, jeopardizing our economic stability. We cannot afford to ignore these failures any longer. There are direct results of leadership that prioritizes political survival over the well-being of general Ghanaians. The impact of this economic mismanagement is felt most acutely by ordinary Ghanaians. As inflation reaches unprecedented levels, purchasing power diminishes, and essential goods become increasingly unaffordable. The reality is that many Ghanaians are living on the edge of a cliff, struggling to meet basic needs while witnesses their dreams slip away. This leadership is not just a statistics. It represents real lives affected by decisions made in government offices far removed from their daily struggles. We must recognize that these hardships are not merely unfortunate circumstances, but are rooted in symbolic failures that requires urgent economic redress. Our citizens deserve better than empty promises. They deserve actionable plans that will restore their dignity and provide them with opportunities to prosper. On the economy, data from the Bank of Ghana indicates the following. Debt. Ghana's public debt reaches about 761 billion Ghana cedis, and debt to GDP is around 70%. And I believe that that is a situation no country wants to experience. With inflation, the inflation rate is expected to ease to 19% in this very month, down from 20.4% in August, the last month. Inflation is still very high, and I believe that only during the time of the former president, late Mills, he was able to reduce inflation to single digits. Ever since, Ghana continued to struggle to achieve single-digit inflation. Policy rate. The Bank of Ghana's monetary policy rate is currently around 30%. The policy rate is the rate at which Bank of Ghana lends money to various commercial banks. So the assumption is that if the various commercial banks will borrow from Bank of Ghana at the rate of 30%, can you just imagine how much the various commercial banks will charge the consuming public on monies that has been lent to them? Forcing the interest rate to be between 40 and 60%, depending on the kind of financial transactions that one engage in. So most people spend their profits to service debts, and I believe it has really led to collapse of many businesses. The growth rates. Ghana's GDP grew by 6.9% in the second quarter of 2024. The fastest pace in 5 years. So all these 5 years, Ghana was struggling. Even with this 6.9% is still questionable. Exchange rates today, cedi to a dollar is about 16.10 pesos to a dollar. How can we survive as a country? How can our productive sectors survive as a country? Ghana is simply joking. And this is affecting clearing of goods in our ports and harbors, thereby increasing the cost of goods and services, thereby increasing the cost of living, reducing the standard of living. With exports, as of the first quarter of 2024, Ghana's total trade value was 107.6 billion Ghana cedis, approximately 8.8 billion United States dollars, with exports amounting to 59.5 billion, also amounting to 4.8 billion United States dollars, and imports totaling 48.1 billion Ghana cedis, approximately 3.9 United States dollars. This resulted in a trade surplus of 11.5 billion, approximately 940 million United States dollars. Is a 6.9 GDP growth cosmetic or real? The current 6.9 GDP growth can be attributed to several key factors as follows. Macroeconomic stability. The government's efforts to stabilize the economy through the IMF-supported post-COVID-19 program for economic growth have been crucial. Debt restructuring. Completing the domestic debt restructuring in 2023 and progressing with the external debt restructuring has provided a more stable financial environment for Ghana. But still, government is struggling to survive. And we believe that government must stop the crime against humanity. People who have really worked. I mean Ghanaian workers who are really on retirements, who have served this country that deserves better treatment. We are using the money that is meant for pensioners, for their medicines, and for their survivors to offset government debts. And I believe that government also fails to even settle these debts accurately and timely. So all our debt services and payments have been deferred to 2025. Both individual bonds, corporate bonds, and commercial bond holders have been deferred. And as a matter of fact, life from 2025 will be more crucial and more difficult than what we are seeing today. Sectorial contributions. With industry, the industrial sector saw an average growth of 8% in the first half of 2024, driven by significant growth in both mining and quarrying sectors, amounting to 13.9%, oil and gas 9.9%, construction 8.3%, manufacturing 2.8%. Agriculture continual investments and favorable weather conditions have boosted agriculture output. Even with that, the government finds it very difficult to be able to align its policies and programs to be able to promote agribusinesses and agro-processing. The services sector has also shown robust growth, supported by increased activities in trade, tourism, and financial services. The private consumption and investment. Increased public expenditure, particularly related to the upcoming elections, has boosted household purchasing power and consumer confidence. The global economic conditions. Despite global economic challenges, Ghana's strategic economic policies have helped mitigate adverse effects and leverage opportunities for growth. We can do better as a country. APC will placate the country back on total development and growth with positive and sustainable macro and microeconomic indicators. I think APC deserves a round of applause. Corruption. The latest report in January 2024, the Ghana is ranked 70th out of 180 countries on the Corruption Perception Index, with a score of 43 out of 100. That is just a little pass. This score indicates a moderate level of perceived public sector corruption and has remained unchanged from the previous year. Corruption has become endemic in our political landscape, eroding trust in public institutions and hindering economic progress. The current regime has transformed Ghana into a model of corruption. I repeat, the current regime has transformed Ghana into a model of corruption, where resources meant for development are shipped and siphoned off by a privileged few. This culture of impunity has created a vicious cycle where those in power prioritize personal gain over public service and state interest. And so we ask ourselves, if you look at the Auditor General's report alone, the monies that have been misappropriated, mismanaged, misapplied is quite more than the monies that we seek as a relief from the IMF as a bailout. And I believe that if really government wants it to have value for money, then government should be able to support and develop the capacities of the various anti-corruption agencies, taking the mantle, taking the bull by the horn, so that we're able to search out people who have engaged in corrupt practices and have been able to embezzle state resources and funds, being able to recoup these monies into the consolidated fund, using these monies for the public interest, sustainable development and growth. Unemployment. Let me pause a while as we also welcome our great people. I think we can put our hands together for them. Your clapping is too small. Do it bigger and mightier. APC, 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 power to the people. APC equally believes in developing our cultural values. And our cultural identity must be key. There is no way you can develop as a nation without your cultural values. That's so beautiful, that's so nice. I think they deserve another round of applause. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. With unemployment, according to records sourced from the annual household income and expenditure survey Q3 labor bulletin by the Ghana Statistical Service, unemployment in this country has risen to 14.7% in the first 3 quarters of 2023. I hope we are all enjoying this wonderful display. Thank you very much. We continue. Unemployment. According to record source from the annual household income and expenditure survey, Q3 labor bulletin by the Ghana Statistical Service, unemployment in this country, Ghana, has risen to 14.7% in the first 3 quarters of 2023. So we need to develop the capacities and the potentials of the rural areas. We need to really stop rural-urban migration. The energy sector. Ghana's energy sector debt has surpassed $2 billion United States dollars. This debt has accumulated over 7 years, and is often referred to as legacy debt. So anytime you hear about legacy debt, they are talking about energy sector debt. The debt burden has significant implications, including challenges in purchasing fuel for power production and paying independent power producers, which can lead to intermittent power outages. Have you heard that ECG is bankrupt? All sectors of Ghanaian economy are in tatters. Ghana needs APC than more ever. We as a party, we as a government in waiting, have advised the government of Ghana to abrogate gold for oil deal transaction because it is fraudulent. We create the platform for the middlemen to steal the resources of this country. We must not allow that to happen. Gold for oil deal must be dropped. Healthcare delivery. How effective is access to healthcare and its affordability? Is the National Health Insurance Scheme able to care for the poor and vulnerable in society, especially people living with non-communicable diseases? Out-of-pocket payments is still here with us. Ghana's efforts of universal health coverage is woefully inadequate. The APC will look at a policy of championing and developing traditional herbal medicine in this country. And currently we have over 150,000 practitioners nationwide, largely in the informal sector. We believe that it's time for us to formalize the informal sector. We will support the Council for Scientific and Industrial Research, MAMPON, to be able to develop the capacities of traditional herbal medicines that will create more than 2 million jobs nationwide. We believe that based on that, we are going to build 16 herbal hospitals across Ghana. Education. Education. Free SHS is here, but needs review. There are so many challenges associated with free SHS. Issues of classrooms, issues of dormitories, issues of science laboratories, issues of libraries, issues of accommodations and bungalows for teachers, issues of security for the schools, and issues about the general well-being of educational workers. Free SHS must not only be limited to tuition and feeding. We believe that government should rather review the free SHS. And if Ghanaians have given us the power from January 2025, APC, under the leadership of Dr. Hassan Ayariga, will review the free SHS policy, championing the technical vocational education, rebrand it as industrial education in Ghana, creating more jobs for socioeconomic development. We believe that when we develop the manpower base of this country, we should be able to address the teeming rates of unemployment. This is a policy that Germany, Korea, India, Japan have adopted, and it has really worked for them. We need to really champion technical and vocational education. Ladies and gentlemen, as we approach these elections, let us remember that change is not just necessary, it is imperative. The All People Congress stands committed to restoring integrity in governance, promoting transparency and ensuring that public funds are utilized for the benefit of all citizens, not just a selected few. We want to build a egalitarian society. The interesting thing we want to do about our education, and that is really going to transform the African economy, is that the APC, under the leadership of Dr. Hassan Ayariga, will put the necessary structures in place. And we are going to translate the first-class scientific books into our local languages. The greatest knowledge that a white man has hid from us is the knowledge of industrialization. And we believe that the shortest way we can do that is to translate modern scientific books into our local languages. Can you just imagine if we should translate scientific books that talks about how you should manufacture a car, how a plane is manufactured, how a train is manufactured, how wheelbarrow is manufactured, how we can manufacture water pumping machines, how we can manufacture generator sets. We translate this into our local languages. By the time our children are 6 years, by the time they are 12 years, they'll be able to manufacture water pumping machines. Industrialization, 24-hour economy is a policy for Dr. Hassan Ayariga. It is in his manifesto in 2016 and 2020. It is not a manifesto for NDC. It's a stolen manifesto. We in the APC envision a Ghana where economic policies are designed with the people in mind, where every citizen has access to opportunities for growth and success. We must prioritize ethical governance that fosters trust among our citizens and encourage investments in our economy. And now I have something to show you. Mr. Martin, I want my data. I want to speak to data. I hope you like such a person to be your next vice president. So we have a data like this. And so this talks about the quarterly trade newsletter. And it's talking about Ghana's import and export. That instead of Ghana to be able to develop domestic economy and for us to reduce importation drastically, we are still struggling as economy. For us to be able to industrialize, then we need to look at the petrochemical industry. We need to look at the pharmaceutical industry. We need to look at the agribusinesses and agro-processing. We need to look at the digital economy. And I believe that these are key areas where government fails. If really government wanted to make life better for each Ghanaians, then government should be able to moderate the cost of fuel. And for us to be able to do that and control fuel prices that invariably translate to the cost of transportations, and transportations also influences cost of living and cost of goods and services. What we needed to do now at this juncture is to be able to establish and expand the capacities of the oil refinery. At least 70% of our domestic oils should be right processed and refined in Ghana. By so doing, Ghana will be smiling at the right side of its mouth. We have seen over the years, over the ages, that Ghana is struggling, and we must be able to profess good solutions to it. Thank you very much. In conclusion, I urge each one of you to reflect on the past years under current leadership. We cannot afford to repeat the mistakes that have led us here. Let us unite for a future where economic mismanagement, hardship, and corruptions are reliefs of the past, where every Ghanaian can strive and contribute to a prosperous nation. Together, let us vote for change. Together, let us all vote APC. Together, let us all vote Dr. Hassan Abdullahi Ayariga. Thank you all, and may God Almighty bless us all. APC, 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 power to the people. Thank you, thank you. God bless us all. Yadamasi.
APC, APC. Thank you, incoming Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, Reverend Dr. Mensa Walayo Samuel. Without wasting much time, we would want to introduce some chiefs that have their names here. We have with us here the regent of the Kusasis in Greater Accra, Alhaji Inusa Mahama Abugri. If you are here, we acknowledge your presence. We have the Kusasi chief, again from Labadi, Naba Alhaji Adamu Audu. Just give us a wave. And again, we have the Madina Kusasi chief with us here, Osman Awuni. Thank you for coming. We have the Kusasi chief, Asambo Elijah from Kantai. We have the Sapema Kusasi Naba here with us, Aboki Martin. We have Abugri Musa, the Naba secretary, is in our midst. We have the Greater Accra Kusasi Youth Chief, Adede George Akparibo. Thank you so much for coming. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, we are live on Joy News TV, on Channel 1 TV, GBC, and TV Africa. As time goes on and as the names comes, we would get to introduce the various dignitaries that are with us here. Without wasting my time, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for you to sit down comfortably on your seats as you watch a documentary from the All People's Congress. APC, APC, APC.
Hassan Ayariga hails from Boku in the Upper East region of Ghana. He was born on September 4, 1972. His father, Frank Abdullah Ayariga, was the first member of parliament for Boku during the Third Republic of Ghana under the regime of Dr. Hila Liman. The younger brother of Hassan Ayariga is the current Boku MP, Honorable Mahama Ayariga. Hassan Ayariga is a professional accountant and business consultant. Aside from being a politician and a philanthropist, whilst in Germany, he was the PNC European chairman. Hassan Ayariga first emerged in the Ghanaian political landscape in 2012 as the presidential candidate and leader of the People's National Convention after successfully defeating the veteran politician and then leader of the PNC, Dr. Edward Nasigri Mahama. In 2016, he formed the All People's Congress (APC) political party. Hassan Ayariga was on the same ballot with former President Mahama and current President Akufo-Addo in 2012 and 2020. He made history in 2012 as the first ever Muslim presidential candidate in Ghana and the youngest ever at age 40. Hassan is a transformational leader who believes in political tolerance and democratic governance. He believes that Ghana and Africa are not poor, but poor leadership is the cause of our current sufferings. Hassan believes that APC has innovative ideas that can help change and shape the future of our beloved country.
Ama bamore bamore bichi abus metnam kosaga yanam nam kosaga jai zir na ka venseri tutu ka poli pegarga to kosaga tenai lenye consequence face can do ayopoi ka to kosaga la government.
For all of you, Hassan Ayariga and the APC, we will campaign in peace. We will make sure that this election is peaceful, and we will support the Electoral Commission with all our resources to make sure that they give us a perfect, clean, credible, and fair election. And I'm also calling on the police and all other institutions to support the Electoral Commission to make sure that they deliver a peaceful election. Besides that, there's nothing more, there's nothing less. Ghana Day in the other Kosovo.
Hassan is married to Anita Ayariga, a graduate of the University of Science and Technology in Kumasi. They have 5 children, 3 girls and 2 boys. He lives in Accra with his family. Ayariga leadership style is an all-inclusive governance system.
APC, APC, APC. That is a brief documentary of the incoming president of our republic, Ghana. This is the Manifesto launch of the All People's Congress. A brief reminder again that we are live on Joy News, live on Channel 1, live on GTV, and live on TV Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, we have got our parliamentary candidates from various constituencies who are here and would want to acknowledge their presence briefly. We have Simon Paul, the parliamentary candidate of the All People's Congress in Pusiga constituency. Wave your hands as the people see you. We have our Binduri parliamentary candidate, Amadou Alale. It's here as well. Thank you very much for coming. We have Mr. Francis, that is a parliamentary candidate. And then we have another parliamentary candidate again, that is all the way from the northern region, Tolong. Thank you very much for coming. With us here is Abdul Rauf Mumuni Abugri, Ayawaso West Wagon independent parliamentary candidate. Thank you for coming. APC. The major reason of our gathering here is coming. It is time for us to invite the man of the moment, the man who is the flag bearer of the All People's Congress, the only flag bearer with the most beautiful wife among all the presidential candidates. Ladies and gentlemen, this time round, the manifesto launch of the All People's Congress is being very strategic, because we are going to highlight some key points for you to see, because history has got it that some political parties have stolen our major policies, that the people of Ghana didn't know that it was policies that belong to the APC. But today we are making it clear to the good people of Ghana the good policies of the All People's Congress by Dr. Hassan Ayariga. Ladies and gentlemen, yes, we have the traditional drummers here. Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, let's be on our feet as we welcome Dr. Hassan Ayariga, the flag bearer of the All People's Congress, the incoming president of the Republic of Ghana, Dr. Hassan Ayariga. First Lady, Mrs. Anita Ayariga, please join your husband on the dancing floor. Join your husband. Let the nation see you. That's right. That is Mrs. Anita Ayariga on the dancing floor. Mrs. Anita Ayariga, the incoming First Lady. Very gorgeous. Very beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. At the moment, Dr. Hassan Ayariga is exchanging some pleasantries with the chiefs that are in support with the All People's Congress, who have come to witness the manifesto launch of the All People's Congress. Yes, Mrs. Anita Ayariga, we would want you to go with your husband, the incoming president of the Republic. Running mate, please join the president. Vice President, please join him as you exchange the pleasantries with the good people of Ghana. Yes, what is going on here is still an exchange of pleasantries with the incoming president of the Republic of Ghana, Dr. Hassan Ayariga. Ladies and gentlemen, I would want to remind you that the All People's Congress is number 9 on the ballot. Don't forget, the APC is the striker for the 2024 general election. Number 9 on the ballot box. Number 9 on the ballot box. When you pass number 1, ignore number 2, ignore number 3, ignore number 4, ignore number 5, ignore number 6, ignore number 7, ignore number 8, and then number 9. Ladies and gentlemen, that is Dr. Hassan Ayariga. Dr. Hassan Ayariga is on the floor. Ladies and gentlemen, the flag bearer of the All People's Congress, Dr. Hassan Ayariga, is now exchanging some pleasantries with the leadership of the People's National Convention, the youth's president. Dr. Hassan Ayariga, people of Ghana is in love with you, the incoming president of our Republic, Ghana. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we would want to acknowledge the presence of the APC parliamentary candidate of the Boku constituency, Boku Central, Anaba Emmanuel. Put your hands together for him. I want to remind you once again that we are live on Joy News, live on Channel 1, live on GBC, and live on TV Africa. Be reminded that this year's election, Dr. Hassan Ayariga is the striker for the election. Ladies and gentlemen, number 1 away, number 2 out, number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6, number 7, number 8, number 9. Let's take it one more time, because the good people of Ghana must know our ballot number. Are you ready? APC, APC, APC. Let's take it. Number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6, number 7, number 8, number 9. At this moment, before we call on the incoming president to unveil and give us some highlights of what we have in our manifesto, I would want to appeal to all disqualified independent candidates who have not been able to sail through and to be cleared by the Electoral Commission. I am using this particular medium to welcome you to join the All People's Congress as we travel towards winning the election 2024. We all know that some political parties were as well disqualified, some reasons being that they haven't been able to fill their forms very well. We want to empathize and sympathize with them, but that notwithstanding, we want to call on them, PNC, PNP, PPP. There's no need to challenge. Don't go to court. Come and then join the APC. Come and join the APC and let's strike together. We have the PNC here, which means that they are cooperating with us. The leader of the PNC, Mr. Apasera, is here with his former national treasurer. Thank you. APC, APC, APC. Number 9, all the way. Number 9, number 9, number 9. Ladies and gentlemen, with a standing ovation, let's welcome the incoming president, Dr. Hassan Ayariga. I want Mrs. Anita Ayariga to accompany the husband to the audience here. Mrs. Anita Ayariga, the people of Ghana wants to see you. Yes, majestically walking. It's the incoming president alongside with his wife. And the vice presidential candidate is here as well with the second lady. Dr. Hassan Ayariga, the man of the moment, the incoming president. Number 9, number 1 away, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6, number 7, number 8, number 9. Incoming president, your people of Ghana, your incoming president. God bless you.
Please sit down. Please sit. Please sit. Please sit. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. APC. 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 You see? Chobai! 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 I love the spirit. I love the spirit. Thank you. Thank you. I have our traditional leaders here from various clients, various tribes, representing Mother Ghana here, representing our tradition and our culture. I say welcome, ya kin, ya kin. Nanama, ya kin. First lady. Thank you. First lady, I want to thank you for everything. That I'm here because of you. That I'm strong because of you. I am powerful because of you. And then I will become president because of you as well. I thank you. My running mate, Ayiko. Well done and congratulations. Madam Second Lady, you deserve it. Well done. General Secretary. Number 9. We shall, the point here is that, you see, if you are playing a football match, the number 1 is the goalkeeper. And today, number 1 is the MPP, and they are in power. So they are supposed to defend. So they are the goalkeepers. But the point is that when the number 9 is coming, when the number 9 is coming, the ball is there and then you kick it. So they should be careful. If I get the ball from number 6, number 7, number 8, and number 9 will do it. So this year election is not going to be easy. Anyway, thank you. So today, Honorable Apasara is here, the leader of the PNC. We are thankful and grateful for you gracing our occasion. We pray for long life for you. Our independent presidential candidates too are here. Our big brother, Doctor, is here. He has come also to join us. You see, the APC is a united party, and we believe in unity. And a party that can put together different independent candidates to fight for the unity and build a country like Ghana, I think that person deserves the power. The one who brings them together deserves the power. So our time is very short, but I want to start with a keynote address, policies of the APC. The APC is presenting to you the nation's manifesto, a manifesto for the nation. This is the manifesto we want to build this nation. It is not a manifesto that we're going to promise people and lie to them and win elections and we give them excuses. This is not our way. This could never be our way. So all those listening from homes, from their offices, from Europe and everywhere, listen very carefully. The APC is bringing policies and not promises. The Ghanaian people are looking for hope, looking for a leader they can trust, looking for a leader they can believe in. They are tired. They've been voting, changing from the NDC, MPP, MPP, NDC, NDC, NPP. Now they are tired. They are tired. They are tired of NDC, they are tired of NPP, and they want a change. The APC is bringing that change. We are transforming Ghana and restoring hope. This is the theme of our manifesto. So our manifesto is centered on 7 major areas. It's centered on 7 major areas. As you can see, if they can put the slides. APC, APC, APC. Good. As you can see here, nationalization, number 1. Number 2, modernization. Number 3, industrialization. Number 4, commercialization. Number 5, domestication. Number 6, digitalization. And number 7, globalization. These policies, if you take them one after the other, you will see that we have captured what is so important for this country to stand on its feet. These are the policies of the APC. The first policy of the APC is change of mindset, attitudinal change. As citizens, we've lost it all. If we do not change the way we think, the way we do things, the way we believe in ourselves, the act of trusting ourselves and becoming patriotic citizens and doing the right thing and not the wrong thing, even, sorry, if the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam come back, he will not be able to rule Muslims if we don't change our mindset. If Jesus comes back, he will not be able to manage Christians if we don't change our mindset. So change of mindset is very important in our life. We behave some way, sometimes some way, that you cannot understand. That is the mentality, the attitudinal change of Ghanaian citizens must change. We cannot continue to be doing the wrong thing and expect to have the right answers. We don't trust our politicians anymore. And how can we change our mindset towards them? How can we believe in them? Yesterday, whilst we were in the office working on the manifesto, I watched video that the Ghanaian citizens are demonstrating on the streets of Accra. Yes, we have the right to demonstrate. We have the ability to demonstrate. But we should not go against breaking rules and regulations of this country. That people could not access the 37 military hospital when people were in ambulances. Why are we behaving in this way? When you say government A is not good, work towards changing the government, not destroying what we have. The only country we have is Ghana. And we cannot allow anybody, anyone, no matter who you are, to destroy this country. The peace we are enjoying in this country is the reason why we are seated here. And if we cannot change our mindset in accepting things and doing things differently, then I don't think that we will be able to become future leaders. We need to be transparent with ourselves, with our members, with our parties, with our country leaders, with our citizens. And we need to engage them to know their rules and rights and responsibilities. And if we don't do that, I don't think that we can manage this country. If you think that while you are in opposition, you can misbehave and break the rules and become indisciplined, then remember that when you come to power too, somebody too is going to do the same. So we must believe that this mindset that we have, it teaches us, it tells us you can do this, you cannot do that, you can pass your exam, you can read and do that. But if you don't want to be a good student, your mind will change you too. If you want to be a good student, that mindset is the most important tools that we have in this country and in this world. So we believe that change of mindset is an important tool. So when I say APC, they say change of what? Change your mindset. APC. 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 Very important. Our number 2 policy. Ghana and Ghanaians first. We are in this country, we're losing almost everything to the foreigners. Our gold is gone. Our bauxite is in the hands of foreigners. Our diamond in the hands of foreigners. Our oil in the hands of foreigners. Our land in the hands of foreigners. Our housing in the hands of foreigners. Our banking sector in the hands of foreigners. We have become 21st century slaves. We must begin to believe in ourselves first. Ghanaians first and Ghana first. And then we must protect our national interest. The interests of the young ones, the interests of the upcoming youth, and the interests of the old men. We cannot give our sovereignty out to foreigners and call it PPP. We cannot give our oil out to the foreigners and say we are looking for some kind of royalties. Meanwhile, our youth are unemployed. Our women do not have jobs. Our fathers don't have jobs. Our brothers do not have jobs. But the jobs have been given to all the foreigners. The oil sector is under the foreigners. Mining, gold, diamond, bauxite. Mention it. Ghanaians must come first. We must prioritize Ghanaian contractors and companies. Give jobs to the Ghanaian contractors. Contracts are given to foreigners in this country. Businesses are given to foreigners. Tax incentives is given to foreigners. Meanwhile, this is our country. We must believe in national unity and pride. We must believe in ourselves and be proud of ourselves that Ghana is ours and that we cannot continue to be slaves in our own country. So we must empower Ghanaian businesses, and I'm calling on all government institutions that when a Ghanaian is looking for a job, he comes first before any other foreigner, because this is his country. When a Ghanaian young man is looking for loan, he comes first before any other citizen. We must invest in our history and our culture and tradition, so that we teach the young ones the history of Ghana and the tradition of Ghana. We cannot continue to leave our country to be managed by foreigners who do not even know our culture and tradition and our values. So Ghana first is very important. Ghana is for Ghanaians, and we must be the citizens. We must hold and control every resources. So under my leadership, all the resources in Ghana will be managed by Ghanaians and not by foreigners. No sector of the economy will be given to a foreigner. This is your country, and you must be owners of this country. You must drive economic growth and not become slaves in your country. The policy number 3 is a national database and system. As we sit here, we don't know each other. We don't have a database that collects information of Ghanaians. We do not have database that can give us good management and efficiency or transparency and accountability. So we need to build a serious, unique database that will capture your fingerprint, your facial recognition, your blood sample, where you work, your salary will be captured, your properties will be captured, whether you have 2 cars or 1 car, whether you are married or not, whether you are working or not, whether you have children or not. All this information will be captured in the database. And this will help us to manage our country so well and efficiently. The data collection, we have to have a data infrastructure collections. And this country must be driven by data policies. And we must have data management and efficiency and economic growth. We have to enhance decision making through data. And definitely, we need a national data identification, which we already have. So this data will be given to national identification authorities and other authorities to be able to manage their data so well. So like a national health insurance card, they will get the data from them. Ghana card will get the data from the central data system. The police will get the data from the central data system. The national security will get every data from the national data system. This data system will make us unique. It will help us to plan well. Because right now, we don't know the number of students in school. We can't tell. We don't know those who are in the hospital. We cannot tell. We don't know those who are in homeless or have homes. We can't tell. So we are just a banana economy without data. So in order to build this country and improve on everything, national data system is important. The national data system will give us the opportunity to go into the next plan of the APC, which is a national development plan. Because with the national data system, you are able to plan properly. It gives you enough room in decision making. So our next policy after the national data system will be national development plan. What is a national development plan? When you collect the data is able to tell you your deficiency in every sector. It will tell you a deficiency in the agri sector. It will tell you the deficiency in the mining sector. It will tell you the deficiency in job creation. It will tell you the deficiency. Everything about your economy, this data will give you a perfect information. Now with this data, the next policy will be to implement a national development plan. That national development plan, then you begin to plan what you want to have as a country. You now look at your economic growth, you look at diversification and reduce over-reliance on primary product. You promote other sectors like manufacturing, technology, tourism, and recreational services. With the national development plan, you plan on education, what you want to do on education, health, agriculture, and food security. It will also help you to plan on youth empowerment and infrastructure development through the youth, very important. So under our national development plan, we will begin to plan on so many factors. And that Gary the course. So we are coming to the Gary sector. So under the national development plan, it will now give birth to our economic planning policies. And that will be our first policy, which will be a production hub. We don't produce in this country. We spend over $1.2 billion in the importation of rice. We spend over $800 million in the importation of fresh tomatoes and oil. We spend over $900 million importing frozen fish, frozen items, chicken, fish, and all that. Meanwhile, look at what we have in this country. We have the sea, yet we import frozen fish. We have farmlands, yet we import rice. We have coconut, palm nut, shea butter, granules, soya bean, yet we import cooking oil. So we cannot have all these things and then we keep importing all the time. So as a country, the most important thing is to turn our country into a production hub so that we produce what we consume and consume what we produce. The production hub will help us increase local poultry production to feed Ghanaians and export. Through the production hub, we will be able to build fertilizers on our own. Right now, we import fertilizers throughout the whole country. And fertilizers are becoming very expensive. The farmers here will tell you that they can't buy fertilizer. Fertilizer is about, I think, 400 Ghana cedis or 600 Ghana cedis today. So under that, we'll promote value addition to our own produce. We will begin to ensure one important thing that we need to have, food security. When we locked down, we did not have enough food to feed our country. Prices of food went high, and we could not sustain our economy. Because we don't produce, we import almost everything in this country, thereby putting so much pressure on our city, and the city is suffering. We cannot continue to be an import nation and expect to have economical independence. I believe in one district, one factory. I believe in planting for food and agriculture. but it was not properly implemented. That is why there's so much food rotting. Review, we will do that. There's so much food rotting in the farmlands. So we improve on raw materials and create employment opportunity for jobs. We improve and promote transportation network and invest in technology under the production hub. I realize that you have the slides are not going so that the Ghanaian citizens will see what we are talking about. Then we move into the next one, which is the manufacturing hub. Ghana needs to become a manufacturing nation. We want to build our own cars. We want to build our own gadgets. We want to build televisions. We want to be able to build phones. We import so much phones in this country. And this country has become a damn site for mobile phones. Almost every Ghanaian has 2 or 3 mobile phones. You imagine that if we were producing phones and manufacturing phones in this country, the amount of money we will save as a nation. But because we are not producing, we are not manufacturing, we are importing almost everything. So under our manufacturing hub, we will create infrastructure development and increase productivity in the manufacturing sector. We will revamp the Ghanaian textile, cotton, and garment industry as well, and create more pharmaceutical industries, and support with financing packages for businesses to thrive, and as well increase productivity in the manufacturing sector. This will help us sustain our currency so that the Ghana city will gain its strength again. After manufacturing, the most important factor is industrial hub. We have to begin to be an industrial nation. We'll talk about industries, but look at what is happening. So the APC, the first thing we'll do is to revive all collapsed major factories in Ghana and continuation of all abandoned government projects. We will create factories in every constituency. In every constituency, we'll create a factory. We will put up new policies on job creation, and we will set up investment bank for financing needs and increase infrastructure development in the industrial sector. We invest in transportation, roads, rail, and port infrastructure, and as well invest in energy to ensure reliability, affordability, and sustainability. We continue to invest in technology, communication to strengthen digital infrastructure, as well establish industrial zones and special economic zones. We will promote investment incentives, e.g. tax breaks, improve energy production, and regulate land acquisition, and as well focus on key economic sectors such as agriculture and transportation. The industrial hub will help us to enhance workforce development. Somebody spoke about technical and vocational, so we'll continue to give technical and vocational training for the workforce to be able to fit into the industrial hub. We'll boost finance and access to finance for affordable financing, and develop export markets and take advantages of the trade agreement. We'll continue to make sure that we ensure regulatory and policy support to protect the environment and ensure industrial policy implementation. It takes me to the policy number 6, my favorite policy, economic lockdown. Economic lockdown. In 2019, 2020, the whole world was under a serious pandemic. That pandemic was called COVID-19 pandemic. And the COVID-19 pandemic will lock down 2 cities in Ghana. 1, Greater Accra and Greater Kumasi. Within 2 weeks, we could not feed Greater Accra and Greater Kumasi. And we had to come out of the lockdown. What it tells us is that we do not have food security as a nation, and that if this pandemic had continued, Ghanaians would have suffered, and probably many would have died aside the pandemic challenges. Some would have died because of poverty. Some would have died because of lack of food. What have we learned from the economic lockdown, from the pandemic lockdown? This is what we have learned from the APC. And we think that based on the challenges that we face under the pandemic, we need to introduce what is called economic lockdown. What is the purpose of the economic lockdown? The purpose of the economic lockdown is to make Ghanaians work and produce food enough to have food security, to be self-sufficient in their own country, to be able to stop the dependency on foreign goods such as rice, chicken, frozen foods. We can produce that. Why are we not doing that? And then we keep importing, and then we say no jobs. The youth, they don't have jobs, but yet we are importing. So under the economic lockdown, the APC economic policy will have self-sufficient and reliance. We stop the importation of the foreign goods, e.g. rice, cooking oil, and frozen items. It will help us increase productivity and stabilize the city. It will give us economic growth, create jobs, and reduce dependency on foreign goods. We will help, through the economic lockdown, promote made in Ghana goods and build local infrastructure and industries and improve the standard of living. And we will have what is called economic independence. The APC lockdown policy is one policy that will give us the best food security in our country. We are a dependent nation. The economic lockdown will make us self-sufficient, and we will become a nation that other countries can come and also buy from us. Ladies and gentlemen, when you lock down your economy, something very important must happen. When you want to become a production hub, something very important must happen. If you want to become a manufacturing hub, something very important must happen. If you want to become an industrial hub, something very important must happen. And that is the major policy of the APC, the 24-hour economy, that we have to work around the clock. Joboy, you cannot lock down and sleep. When you lock down, you have to work 24 hours. This country, the purpose of the 24-hour economy, we want this country to be vibrant in the day and at night. Ghanaians work 6 hours in a day, not 8. Because the 8 hours that we have, we spend 1 hour to go to work, 1 hour to come back in the same 8 hours. The 6 hours they have, they go to work, they use another 1 hour to play betting, cha-cha, lotto, and use the 5 hours to gossip. So we work only 6 hours and we sleep 18 hours. Under the 24-hour economy of the APC, what we want to do is that we want to work 24 hours around the clock. The purpose of the 24-hour economy is to be able to become a self-sufficient and reliable and resilient nation. The purpose of it is to have 3-shift system. 8 hours in the morning for production, 8 hours in the afternoon for manufacturing, 8 hours in the evening for industrialization. That gives you the 24-hour cycle. So Ghanaians will be working 8 hours, 8 hours, and 8 hours. When you put the 3 8 hours together, you have a 24-hour economy. But in order to be able to implement this 24-hour economy, there are other structures and important things that you have to look at. You have to look at security. You have to look at energy. You have to look at the national security. That is very important. You have to look at the data that you have. You need to create private-public partnership. You also need to have 24 hours, 7 health services that people will have to get services when they are sick. It will increase wages, and the companies will have more productive hours than before. Chaboy, APC, APC, APC. So under the 24-hour economy, many people will say that, what are we implementing a 24-hour economy? When you lock down your economy and you want to become a self-sufficient economy within 1 year, you have to work 24 hours. And if you don't work 24 hours, your lockdown will be useless. You cannot also become a manufacturing, industrial, and a productive nation if you sleep 16 hours. Because your industry will be sleeping. Your manufacturing sector will be sleeping. Your industrial sector will be sleeping. So for us in the APC, we put this policy in 2016 and 2020. But because our politicians and our media men, let me not bash them, that they don't look at the policies of minor political parties. They are always interested in policies of the NDC and the MPP. So when APC spoke about 24-hour economy in 2016, they did not listen. When we spoke about it in 2020, they did not listen. Now that the NDC is talking about it, let me tell you, the NDC have adapted the APC 2024 policy, and we are grateful that they adapted it. Yabre, Chaboy, believe me not, if we become the production and manufacturing hub, the 24-hour economy that we intend to implement, the 3-shift system, we will need to get workers from the neighboring countries. Because we will be so busy to the extent that our labor force will not be able to help us effectively run 24-hour economy. I have experienced 24-hour economy in Germany. I used to work 22 hours and sleep 2 hours. 22 hours and sleep 2 hours for 8 years. So if you see me standing here today, then know that I've gone through a lot. That environment is the environment we must give our young people. These young people are very brilliant. We have turned their future to gambling, that they do not know what to do. They learn, they come out of school, and there are no jobs. The streets are dirty. The gutters are dirty. We don't even have proper roads. We cannot feed ourselves. We import rice, cooking oil, and everything. And then we talk about job creation. How can we create jobs if we keep importing? So eat what you grow and grow what you eat. Chaboy, when you have that workforce and build a very strong workforce under the 24-hour economy, we are in crisis today. The economy is tough. Ghanaian citizens understand the suffering. They now believe that the hardship is real. That our 1 month salary now cannot sustain us. So the APC has thought of this and decided to implement something new in our system called the bi-weekly salary policy. Bi-weekly salary policy means that instead of taking salary every 1 month, no, Ghanaians are suffering too much. The resources, the salary is not even enough for them for a week. So now, under my government, I'm going to implement 2-week salary structures. Every 2 weeks, you get salary. So Ghanaians will now be taking salary every 2 weeks. Because you can imagine taking your salary every 1 month. 30 days you have to wait to get another salary. Look at this economy today. It's very tough. So we will ensure also, once we implement the 2-weekly salary structure, which is called the bi-weekly salary, we will make sure that salary increment and restructuring for industrial workers will go up. So your salary now will not just be only every 2 weeks. You see, the minimum wage in Ghana is now 18 cedis 50 pesos. Under the APC government, the minimum wage will be between 150 Ghana to 300 Ghana cedis. And Chaboy, APC, APC, APC. So you see, we have to give power back to the people. And by giving power back to the people, we will review the Ghana Labor Act 2003-651 and make sure that a minimum wage salary in Ghana, the minimum salary a person must take is 5,000 Ghana cedis. 5,000 Ghana cedis. That is the minimum salary a Ghanaian must have in Ghana. Our city has become so useless. When you take 1,000 cedis, you cannot buy anything. And then people's salary are less than 1,000 cedis. How can you say a minimum wage, a daily minimum wage of 18 cedis? What is 18 cedis? How can you, even water, bottle, when you want to buy a pack of water today, the 12 pieces is 24 Ghana cedis. So that means that you work a whole day to go and buy pure water. I don't think that Ghanaians want to continue to have this kind of systems. And then we'll set up efficient payroll system to make sure that this happens, and also provide mandatory minimum wage and ensure that salaries are paid on time. There are workers who are here who do not get their salary every month. And they have to work. Choboy, we will not do carry forward. We will do payment in advance. Another policy of the APC, what we are practicing in Ghana is called winner takes it all kind of policy. In the APC, we do not believe in winner takes it all. Our manifesto talks about all-inclusive governance concept. APC, 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 APC. Ah, I love you guys. Yeah, yes. So Another policy is an inclusive governance concept. We've been running this country under the system or the disguise of winner takes it all kind of political syndrome. This system divides our front and we lose the strength. This system does not permit us to be able to become the real Ghanaians with the best talent to build our country. So what happens is that if you vote for NDC and NDC in power, only NDC people will work. The other parties will not work. We cannot divide our front all the time and expect to have strong institutions. We cannot divide our front all the time and expect to have a nation that has the best brains. Because we are dividing the brains. We're dividing the force. So under our government, the Hassan Ayariga government, I don't care whether you voted for me or you voted against me. What is more important to me and most important to me is to make sure that you are giving jobs based on merits and not based on political callous. We cannot do that. Our country has seen that for years, and we have suffered the consequences of it. And moving forward, all these young people are the assets of this nation. You cannot say because you have won power, everybody should go and sleep. We will not do that in this country. Under the APC leadership, there will be an all-inclusive governance concept. I will hire ministers, even if it is necessary, from the LPG. I've seen the leader of the LPG here, Kofi Akpalu. Please, hand of applause. Can you stand up, Mr. Kofi Akpalu? Your Excellency. You're welcome. Thank you. And his secretary, I guess. Yes. So under our leadership, you see that in front of us, there's LPG leader and flag bearer. There's PNC, leader of the PNC. There's an independent candidate. There are other independent candidates. Our running mate is an independent presidential candidate who has come from 3 different movements. So you see, we are already practicing an all-inclusive governance concept, even in opposition. So what it means is that when we become government, this country will get the best brains to develop our country, and not APC members. The next policy is jobs creation. More jobs. We intend to put what is called job centers nationwide. Our young girls and women have suffered under employers. That you are looking for a job and you have to sacrifice yourself in order to get a job. You're looking for a job and the job giver says, look, before I give you the job, you have to lie on my bed. We cannot continue to have this kind of attitude in our country. So because of that, the APC is going to enroll nationwide job centers in every district. That every district, there will be a job center. And we're going to create a network between job seekers and employers and provide training and support services for the job seekers. We will establish job centers through the districts in the country. We will create jobs through our economic lockdown. We will create jobs through our manufacturing hub. We will create jobs through our industrial hub. We will create jobs through our industrial hub. We will create jobs through our 24-hour economy policy. And then we will continue to create jobs through mining and construction. Job creation is very important. My good brother Akpalu said he's going to invest $10 billion to create jobs. We are investing more than $10 billion to create the jobs. So, under this job creation, I have lived in Germany before. And the policy was that if you're looking for a job, you don't have to go around scouting looking for a job. You go to the job centers and you will key in the kind of job you're looking for. Every information is there. Because when we roll out our national data system, the national data system will give us the statistics and the data to be able to create job centers. And through that national data system, every company in Ghana seeking for employees will put into that system, will key his data into that system, and you go there looking for it, and then all you need to do is to make a call. And you can be in Baku and seek for a job in Accra. You can be in Accra and seek for a job in Baku. So once your application is uploaded and you have the best qualification, you'll be interviewed and you go for your job, and no more wahala in job creation. Our next policy is free port. Free port. You know, many will agree with me and some will disagree with me. What is free port? We are burdened in this country because of huge taxes. We buy the most expensive commodity in the world is in Ghana. The most expensive thing in this world, you find it in Ghana. Go to Europe, go to Germany, and buy a car. $10,000. When you bring that car here in Ghana, you will pay $30,000 to clear the car. My last experience, 2 months ago, I imported a vehicle into Ghana. This vehicle was just $10,000. I went to the airport, to the port, wanting to clear the car. I spent 4,400,000 Ghana cedis. 400,000 Ghana cedis to clear the car. Now let's ask ourselves, how many of us have 400,000 Ghana cedis? The clearance, the duty of the car was 10 times the value of the car. So we cannot be giving ourselves hardship through our own policies. Why is it that Ghanaians are paying so much duty in the world than any other country? Why? So if you want to cushion the economy, we have to begin to reduce taxes and cut down duties on commodities that are raw material that we bring in to do the production, manufacturing, and industrialization. Because when we cut down the duties, take off the duties, the manufacturing companies, the production companies will be producing at a lesser cost. And thereby, commodities in the market will be cheaper. But when we increase the prices of goods through importation, they will be produced at a high cost. And when they are produced at a high cost, what it means that they are shifting it to you, the consumer. So prices of goods and services in Ghana is high. So if we are talking about national cake, we should be able to cut down certain duties and have duty-free economy for goods and necessities. And remove taxes of imported raw materials for production and manufacturing and industrial sector. That will help us produce at a lower cost, and our country and our citizens will enjoy low cost of goods and services in our country. So under the APC leadership, duty-free. Duty-free. Somebody will be asking, how are you going to raise revenue? There are so many ways of raising revenue. When you burden the country with huge taxes, a little of them will pay. Now go to the ports of Ghana. They are empty. People have moved from Ghana to Togo. And Togo is making so much money and Ghana ports are empty. And nobody can talk. Not Hassan Ayariga. I will say it under my leadership, free port. Joboy! Joboy! The next policy, the next policy of the APC is an interesting one. And I know a lot of people will want to know about that. The next policy is different passport and identity. We are fast losing our sovereignty to foreigners. Foreigners are buying everything in this country. They're buying our lands. They're buying houses. Everything. They go to the markets. Chinese have taken over the markets. Our young men do not have future anymore. Today, they have hijacked our country. And we have become slaves in our own country. Mr. Akpalu, I want to tell you something. Mark it down. If we do not implement this policy, Honorable David Apasara, you are here. My running mate, you are here. If we do not change the identification of our citizenship, tomorrow we'll lose the presidency to foreigners. We will lose the presidency to foreigners. It is coming. So the APC, under Hassan Ayariga, I'm going to amend the constitution on Ghanaian citizenship and provide unique identity for different passports. The first passport is the green passport. The green passport, only a Ghanaian by birth, father and mother, grandmother and grandparents, has the audacity to hold that passport. And that passport, the holder of those passports are the only people allowed to contest for presidency, to contest for parliamentary elections, assembly elections, and any other elections. If you don't hold that passport, you cannot become a president of the Republic of Ghana. If you don't hold that passport, you can never be a minister in Ghana. If you don't hold that passport, you can never be a parliamentarian in Ghana. If you don't hold that passport, you can never buy property in Ghana. It includes properties. Go to China. No matter how rich you are, you can buy property there. But we have given our sovereignty out to foreigners. Foreigners have bought properties in Ghana owing them. Very soon, they will even give you some kind of backing. You are not allowed to come to this community in this country. It's going to happen. So under my leadership, I am not a Nazi, but I'm protecting the sovereignty of this Ghana to my citizens, my brothers and sisters, my children, that it is their country. The second passport, the blue passport, that passport is going to be given to those who are half Ghanaian and half foreigners. You are entitled to those passports. And don't forget, under our national database, your name will be in there. Somebody will be asking, how do you control that? I will control that through the national data system. Because we are building a data system that is going to be efficient and transparent and clear. So when you hold that passport you think will not know, you buying a property will show this is your name, this is the kind of passport you hold. You can't buy the passport, you can't buy. Because we are losing our country. We are losing this country. Selling of state land, say it again. To foreigners, not even to Ghanaians. Why will you give your sovereignty to somebody else? The last passport, the red passport. As for that passport, when you hold it, you can't do anything. You are just holding it. Just hold it for the sake, hold it. And those are for those who want to naturalize. Like Lebanese who come to Ghana and want to naturalize, foreigners who come to Ghana and want to naturalize. That passport, you can just hold it. You cannot buy anything. You cannot acquire anything. You cannot run for anything. You are just there. Citizen of Ghana by right. Many countries will not agree with me, but I am the president of the Republic of Ghana. I will protect my citizens. They will agree with me. I don't care what other countries will say. This is my policy. Americans can accept it if they want, or yeah. If they don't like it, they can go back. Europeans can accept it. If they don't like it, they can go back. This is my policy. This is Hassan Ayariga managing Ghana. Choboy! Choboy! So let's be mindful. All those holding properties, foreigners who have properties in this country, they should pray hard I don't become president. They should pray hard I don't become president. Because I'm taking back what belongs to Caesar. I am taking what belongs to you back to you. This is your country. This is what you must protect. This is your nation. You cannot be slaves in your own country. Look at go to all the big communities and important communities and look. Legon, Airport, Trasaco, East Legon, all are foreigners. But go to the slums, that's where you see our citizens. Why? If we are poor, doesn't mean we are stupid. We are not. And if we are, I will not accept, I will remove my cap and throw it away. My leaders are here. They are the owners of the land. So I am pleading with them today. I am begging you, do not sell our lands to foreigners again. That is your land, that is your property, that is your future, that is your wealth. That is our identity. We will give it away. The next minute, you cannot come to that land again. When you sell it to the foreigner, he buys it from you. Tomorrow, you, the chief, you can't even walk there. Chinese have bought all our farmlands. Why? What is left for our children? What is left for our grandchildren? So I am pleading with my chiefs, those who are here and those who are watching from home, that under Hassan Ayariga's leadership, no chief will sell any land to anybody except the one who holds a blue passport. A green passport. Except the Ghanaian citizen who holds a green passport. And no foreigner. Let me repeat it again. If they want to listen, they should. If they want, they can close their TVs. Turn it off. No foreigner will own property in Ghana under my leadership. Joboy, we'll move to the next topic. Agriculture. Agriculture. We want to have food security. Eat what you grow and grow what you eat. Modernization of agriculture will begin to modernize how we farm, thereby introducing all year-round farming, doing mechanized farming as well as providing affordable loans facilities and ready market for agro farmers and fisher folks. Whoop. APC. 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 I love you guys. We provide farm subsidies, farm tools, and farm equipment to farmers, and employ science and technology to increase yield and productivity. We provide new seedlings. That is what our farmers are suffering from. New seedlings and pesticides. Today, our farmers cannot spray their farmlands because of the cost of pesticides. And sometimes we're losing the traditional yield and the traditional, seedlings. I know we used to farm, nada, zaga, bit, zina de lemkai. Now we can't farm all those things. It's the naya. Nada lembe. Nada be. Zabe. Kibe. Jabai. 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 So we will make sure that we don't lose those crops. Those seedlings, we have to bring them back because they are more nutritional and healthy than now what we spray, and we think that we are eating good food. But what are we eating? Sugar, rubber. So we shall provide pension schemes and affordable housing for farmers. We establish University of Agriculture in the northern, eastern, and western part of Ghana. And we provide educational scholarship scheme to farmers' ward. Because farmers' ward are suffering. So we provide that. It takes us to our next policy, unemployment benefit. Unemployment benefit. My good brother, Akwalu, in 2020, when we were championing our case, and I told him about unemployment benefit, he said it's also in his policy. So I said, okay, I understand. We can all have one policy. It's not a problem. It's good for Ghanaians. So under the APC, we are going to, because of a national data system, the national data system will show those who are working and those who are not working. It will show those who are having houses and those who do not live in homes. It will show those who are in school and not out of school. So every information of every Ghanaian will be captured under the national database. That will give us the perfect structure and information and details of every citizen in this country. Through that, we are able to implement the policy of unemployment benefit to those who do not have jobs. So those Ghanaians who do not have jobs will get what is called unemployment benefits. And the policy will include providing food and clothing benefits to the unemployed Ghanaians. It also includes providing housing, that you will have accommodation, and also provide health insurance. Our system will give you a perfect health insurance, where Ghanaian citizens will ensure your life is the most important thing to us. Most important thing to us. So under that, we'll give you health insurance benefit, not the one that is collapsed. The new one, the new improved version of the APC National Health Insurance Scheme. And then we'll link unemployed citizens to the job centers. So once we are taking care of you as a citizen, we are also giving you an opportunity to go to our nationwide job centers to look for jobs through it. So when you get jobs, we'll take you out of the unemployment benefit structure and give you a better life. And you can. But under the unemployment benefit policy, you who is a beneficiary of the unemployment benefit policy, you will not be entitled to buy a car. Because we are feeding you. We cannot be feeding you and you own a car. You will not be entitled to have a motorbike. You will not be entitled to have your own house. If you build a house for yourself and you are unemployed, you will sell that house for food. Choboy, you will sell that house for your food. Because if you want to continue to keep that house, then you must look for a job. I, as your father, I will feed you. I, as your father, I will take care of you. I, as of your father, I will school you. I, as your father, will provide you health care. But you must also be an obedient child for me to do that. So this policy is going to support every Ghanaian. So no Ghanaian will sleep hungry under my leadership. No Ghanaian. No Ghanaian child will go to bed hungry. Not under my leadership. I am the father, and I cannot stand my children going hungry at night or in the day. No way. Joboy, it takes us to our next policy. Graduate Project Financing Fund. The students, this is your policy. Joboy, Joboy. Most graduates in this country, they are unable to access funds whilst in school, undergrads, to do their projects. They suffer in looking for that. So the APC thought of it, that once we are implementing the policies of free education and upgrading it, then we should upgrade it with certain kinds of policies that will cushion their educational studies and their lives. So we thought of Graduate Project Financing Fund. So you access this fund for your project work. For those, don't forget, for those who are undergraduate, and also support those who are doing masters and PhD as well. You have this access to this fund. And we'll create convenient opportunities and business relationships for you guys. Under it, we'll continue to invent another policy that is called the Startup Fund for Nationwide Entrepreneurs. We give money, we give sovereign guarantees to foreigners. And they come and rape us and go away. But we cannot give funds to our young entrepreneurs to build Ghana for us. So under my leadership, I will create a fund that will allow graduates, when you come out of school, you have ready access to funds that can help you build your future and not become a beggar or a burden to us. No graduate will be a burden to Ghana after completion of school. No graduate. And we will also provide support for technical and vocational workers to build their careers. Don't forget, most of you are very, very good. You have project works that when you come out of school, you are looking for funds to build those project work. And no funds. So you sleep with your policy, you die with it. Do you know how many graduates that have died because of frustration in this country? We can count them. We are losing our citizens, our graduates, because we have not put up an innovative policy and a creative one for them to come out of school and become. They become out of school, and instead of supporting their families, they become another burden to the families. So the APC will change that curriculum of education to make them more creative and innovative in their study of learning. Ladies and gentlemen, this is another change. The next policy, price guarantee and control system. Price guarantee and control system. Ladies and gentlemen, we get up in the morning and prices of goods keep going up, skyrocketing without justification. They tell you that the duties of goods and services are high. They give you all sorts of excuses. But you cannot be a government that cannot control your market. We say we have an open market. Of course we have an open market, but you can only practice an open market when you're a production hub, when you are producing. You don't practice an open market when you are importing. Because you want to practice an open market with importation, that means you burden the citizens with high cost of goods and services. Everybody in this country increase the prices of goods anyhow. Anyhow. You buy water 2 cedis today. Tomorrow you go to the market, it's 3 cedis. our cities, inflation has gone so high, and government cannot take serious steps to curb it. This is the step. The step is to have a price control and guarantee system for every goods in the market. So that people, before they can increase prices of goods and services, must be determined by the state. So if you are selling cement at 30 cedis, you cannot get up the next day and say cement is 50 cedis. No, you don't have the power. We are not running a banana economy. We are not under my leadership. You can have it under NDC and MPP. But APC, we are different. We are not implementing promises. We are implementing policies. And policies must take precedence over everything. I don't want to promise you something and win power and I cannot put up a policy. I want to tell you a policy that will make me sustain the economy and grow the economy. So that after my tenure as president, anybody who comes becomes a ceremonial president. Because I put the strong institutions for you to be able to become a ceremonial president. You have nothing to do again. The work has been done. So I am creating a sustainable economy that is backed by policies and not by promises. We cannot continue to give promises to our people and fail them. Promises have failed us over the years. Over the years, promises have failed us. So we are not looking for any party, any government that is coming to give us promises. We are looking for a society where policies and institutions are stronger than men. So we regulate prices of goods and services. We roll out prices control system and ensure the legal limits on prices of goods and services. And also make sure that there's availability of essential goods in the market. Because sometimes when you are controlling the prices of goods and services, people want to back off. No, it will happen. There are legal limits to what you can do in this country. It is not a banana economy. We cannot allow people to take control of our lives without justifications. So you are voting for a leader who understands the economic situation. My running mate is an economist. I understand it, he does. So we are not coming here to play. We will tell you the truth. If you want, vote for us. If you don't want, vote against us. But the truth is only one. One pair. APC. 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 Why do you think that our slogan is power to the people? It's because we want the people to have the power. That is the most important thing. So price guarantee and control system is going to happen in this country. The next policy of the APC under energy, listen very carefully. ECG is killing almost everyone. ECG is part of the reason why prices of goods and services in the market are high. ECG is the reason why cost of production, manufacturing, and industrialization is high. ECG is the reason why many businesses have closed down. And ECG is the reason why many companies cannot grow. It is only in Ghana that we pay so much for electricity. But because, reason is that we do not have an efficient way of collection, revenue from the ECG. We do not have an efficient way of producing. We are produced at a very high cost. So Ghanaians are tired of the high cost ECG is giving them. One time, I said that I wanted to buy ECG. People didn't understand. Today, I will give you the statistics of what I intend to do as president. That under my leadership, I am going to have flat tariffs. Flat tariffs for ECG. The tariffs are high. So under the leadership, nobody is going to have a meter. That the meter is manipulating your this thing, what do you call it? Your consumption. No Chinese meter, no meters. Under our national data system, we are going to have effective mechanism to capture these revenues. And we are going to have effective policy to bill every person. This is the billing. This is the billing under ECG. Under our flat rate, for example, a single-story building will pay 200 Ghana cedis every month. Not more, not less. A standard building will pay 150 Ghana cedis every month. A compound house, the billing will be 200 Ghana cedis every month. Saloons in Ghana will pay 60 Ghana cedis every month. Barbering shops will pay 50 Ghana cedis every month. Containers, your bill is 30 Ghana cedis every month. Single offices, 60 Ghana cedis every month. Let me do the calculation for you. This will not burden the Ghanaian society. In Ghana, we are over 30 million Ghanaians. Give or take, we have more than 1 million story buildings, single-story buildings. Multiply 1 million. Hey, we have more than 10 million story buildings, not one. Multiply 10 million story buildings by 200 Ghana cedis a month and see how much you are making. We have more than 10 to 15 million standard homes in this country. Multiply it by 150. Containers, I think we have more than 30 million containers in this country. Multiply it by 30 cities. Barbering shop, we have more than 5 million barbering shops in this country. Multiply it by 50 Ghana cedis. Saloons, we have more than 10 million saloons in this country. Multiply it by 60 Ghana cedis. At the end of the day, you'll be making so much money that the EC cannot make now. The ECG with the high tariffs cannot make in 1 month. Because when you reduce the tariffs, people will pay flat rate and they will not feel the pain. They will not even be bothered again. Because the most important factor that is draining the revenue of ECG is illegal connection. The illegal connection is also as a result of high tariffs. And because of the high tariffs, many Ghanaians are capturing and running away from paying legal fees. So why don't you subsidize it so that every Ghanaian will pay? Little drops of water makes a mighty ocean. Under the same policy, we are going to pay for water. Single-story building under APC government will pay 50 Ghana cedis for water. Standard building will pay 40 Ghana cedis for water. Compound house, the whole compound house, 50 Ghana cedis. Saloons, 25 Ghana cedis, because they use more water. Barbering shop, 25 Ghana cedis. Containers, 15 Ghana cedis. Single office, 20 Ghana cedis. This policy will make Ghana Water Company rich, make the electricity company rich. Meanwhile, Ghanaians will also be producing and manufacturing at a very lower cost. Under the same policy, for the industries, manufacturing and production hub, their policy, the more you consume, the less you pay. The more you consume, the less you pay, this policy. So the more you consume electricity under the production hub, the less you pay the tariffs. The more you consume at the manufacturing hub, the less you pay tariffs. The more you consume in the industrial hub, the less you pay tariffs. Reason is that we want them to produce at a lower cost so that goods and services in the market will be subsidized and cushion the life of Ghanaian citizens. Why can't we do that? Why are we burdening and making hardship real and the suffering increasing on the Ghanaian economy, people? What is the essence of our leadership? Are we leaders to lead and let our people have a better life? Or are we leaders that will lead and put our people in hard condition and serious condition? This is what I see. That the governments upon government do not understand economic fundamentals. They don't. Yes, he doesn't understand economic fundamentals. So my leadership is a different kind of leadership. Not that of the NDC and the MPP who want to lure you to vote for them. I want to tell you the truth and build a sustainable economy based on institutions, strong institutions, based on policies. Thereafter, I do not want to be a two-term president. I have a lot of things to do. I want to be a one-term president. I'm not running for another presidency. I am not interested in it. After my one-term president, my running mate, if he becomes a president, he will only become a ceremonial president. He's not going to do any work again. The work will have been done. If Akalu becomes president after me, or my brother, Honorable Apasara, or my son, Adam Akani, they will only be ceremonial presidents and not a president to come and work, because I've finished the work. I have finished the work. Let's begin to do that. Over the years, look at our roads. Look at our roads. 67 years of independence. This is Accra, the capital of Ghana. Go and look at your road. Turn back and look at yourself. Are you happy with your life? The last 8 years, the last 16 years, the last 24 years? No even street lights. And you want us to vote you. When the dollar was 4 cedis, President Mahama was booted out. Today the dollar is 17 cedis. Somebody wants to be president. APC. Chiefs, elders, Reverend Mensah, my brother and good friend, Honorable Apasara, and my colleague, presidential candidate, Mr. Akpalu. The APC is going to put up another policy. Those of you who think you are corrupt, and those of you who think that you can do away with anything, we are going to implement a monitoring, evaluation, and implementation policy. We will monitor everything happening in this country. We will put Inspector General Office, not General Office of Police, but it's going to be an Inspector General Office, will be created to monitor and evaluate work performance of public services and public institutions. You can't just be paid salary and you go and sit down there. We'll audit you. We cannot have institutions in Ghana, offices in Ghana, and we are borrowing money to pay their workers. Ghana government is borrowing money to pay every institution. Ghana government is borrowing money to pay workers. Why? If you have a company that cannot pay workers, close it down. If Ghana cannot pay its citizens, close Ghana down. So we must learn to take care of ourselves. Then we are important to ourselves. But if we are not important, then don't ask me why. Don't ask me why. We are not worth who we are. We cannot have an economy where we borrow to do everything. Look at our debt stock today. 680 billion, yet we cannot pay interest on it. We've done haircuts. Ghanaians are dying because of haircuts, because of their investments, and you tell me why, Ayariga? No, my sister, not why. I will implement it and put people in jail. For this country to be good, some people must go to hell and others can go to heaven. In this country, people must go to jail for some of you to sleep. If you steal you go to jail. If you rob, you go to jail. If you mismanage, you go to jail. If you do corruption, you go to jail. Wastage, you go to jail. Don't forget, when you are corrupt under my leadership, you are not going to jail alone. If you are a man, you go with your family. You go with your wife and children, so that you know that when you are corrupt, you think about your wife and children. If you are a woman and you are corrupt, you think about your husband and children. When you are corrupt, you are going to jail, they will follow you there. We are not jokers here anymore. This country, we must be serious. We cannot be playing with the lives of 30 million Ghanaians. No. 30 million Ghanaians have given their lives and everything to you, and you want to play with it? It will never happen. Not under my leadership. How can we, a country like Ghana with 30 million citizens, we have over 670 billion. Do you know how much you are owing as an individual? 100,000 Ghana cedis. The next leader, the next policy, land and property digitalization. My chiefs and elders are suffering when it comes to their registration of their lands. We have land guards fighting over lands every day. You want to buy land in Ghana, you are not sure of buying the land, that whether after paying for the land, you own that land. You buy one land, 10 people have been sold to the same land. We cannot live in a country like this. We cannot live in a country like this. So we will ensure that there will not be any land guards anymore. And we will make sure that all properties, including government properties, are secured and not for sale. Nobody will buy any government property. Not under my leadership. Government must be able to own certain properties. And chiefs, as you are aware, the national data system will capture every land in Ghana. Every land. And every land will have an owner. Nobody can say this land is a no man's land. No. It will be regulated. And make sure that every chief, whether it's what you call stew land or whatever land it is, they must be owners of it. So that when you are buying land, you buy the land and know that your money is safe. When you are building, and don't forget, like I said, no land to foreigners. No way. It will never happen. Lie. The next policy. This is the policy that it is happening in Ghana today. Choboy! APC! Ghanaians should listen very well. This policy is mining. Mining. Media, take note of this policy. Mining. The APC will ban all mining activities, including large scale, small scale, galamsey. No concession for foreign companies. No foreigner will mine in this country again. No foreigner. No foreign company will mine in this country again. No company will engage in drilling of oil. No foreign company or individual company will engage in foreign drilling of oil. We will create mechanisms and do auditing into the mining sector to ban all mining activities in this country and make sure royalties are received on behalf of Ghana. Chaboy, under the mining, you see, we talk about sovereignty. we talk about revenue. We talk about government owning properties. But see, nobody in this world or any country that has ever given their heart to a foreigner. We as Ghanaians, we remove our cap and put it on the foreigners to wear, and we bow down and salute them. We bow that way and salute them. You know why? Mining under my leadership, only government has the authority and the audacity and the power to mine, not any institution. When we talk about government properties, how can we have mining concession worth billions of dollars? This is the ideology. This is the mindset, actually, change of mindset. Be worth of billions of dollars, and then we give it out to foreign companies and call it PPP, and in return get 6 to 10% royalties, and give away all this wealth. In the 60s, Ghana used to mine gold, and we had our own gold reserves. Today, Ghana is poor because we have given our resources to foreigners to mine, and we take 10% of royalties. Besides taking the 10% of royalties, do we know the destruction it does to our country? Our youth children are dying in mining pits. Our water bodies have been destroyed. Our farmlands have been destroyed. Our children are drinking cyanide water. In return of 10%, are we serious? In return of 10%. Why are we thinking this way? Why do we give our wealth to foreigners and get 10%? How much does it cost to mine? Heavy duty equipment and fuel and technology. Can't we do that for our country? As citizens, can't we do that? So under my leadership, the mining concession should listen. They can be funding political parties. They don't fund me. No mining company gives me money for any campaign. I speak my mind, and I don't want their money. I want the welfare of my citizens, not money. At my age, I should not be looking for wealth. At my age, I should be building youth, creating opportunities for them. So the only institution that is going to mine under my leadership will be the state. And through that, we are going to put up mining institutions. And all the galamseys, boys and girls, will be enrolled into those institutions and be trained to become mining workers under the government policy. And they will be getting the highest salary in Ghana. Same will happen with oil. Same will happen with bauxite. Same will happen with cocoa. Same will happen with any mineral resource that belongs to government. We are giving out our sovereignty out. And what do? We take the debris. The debris. Who is the leader of this country? Why will we allow foreigners to take over our wealth and in return give us 10% royalties? Mr. Akani, can we accept this? Be careful, you are the lawyer, so get prepared. We don't care where we go with any kind of judgment debts. It is better to fight them here and get our sovereignty back for our people than to let them take our wealth away. So we will preserve water bodies and our environment. Like I said, set up institutions. And we will review all mining contracts and laws. All of them. Nobody will mine again under leadership of Hassan Ayariga and the APC. Number 9, that's the striker. So I'm going to strike. The best strike. And yeah, I be at the it's not going to be anything small. You are giving me the power, I will give back the power to you. Chawai, APC, APC. We will support small, medium, and large-scale businesses to strive and empower and support indigenous bank. We have closed all the indigenous banks. We have collapsed our own banks. And then we are bringing in foreign banks. This is our mindset. APC. No, APC. 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 So we have to change our mindset. Now the economy. The economy is in distress. We're suffering. Ghanaians are facing hardship. The suffering is real. Teachers are suffering. Nurses are suffering. Everyone, the students are suffering. Even the politicians themselves are suffering. The pensioners are suffering. Ladies and gentlemen, you say what? The pensioners are dying. You see? Clap hands for him, clap hands for him, clap hands for him. So this is our policy under the economy. We'll stabilize the economy, promote economic growth, as well as reduce public debt stock. The debt stock is too high. We have to stop the borrowing. We are borrowing too much. And I don't know what we are borrowing for. We are borrowing for consumption, mismanagement, and wastage. There are no institutions tracking how we spend money borrowed. So every politician will come and borrow and spend. Meanwhile, we can generate all these monies through mining sector, through revenue from oil sector, through revenue from the bauxite sector. Why are we borrowing? When we can turn all these sectors into our favor and produce and make more money. Poor governance, wicked governance, unintelligent governance, Zuku governance. So we will improve social welfare of every Ghanaian. We also mobilize revenue mobilization through taxes and through royalties of music industries from our children. They have to get some more money. Our boys are suffering. I will come to the music industry. We will strengthen fiscal responsibility laws and establish an independent fiscal council, as well as improve public financial management system. We tighten control on government expenditure. Government expenditure is so huge. We are spending without justification. We are spending without projects. We inflate prices of projects and take back 10-15% of it. And we say we are governors. We are a government that is building a country. We are not building the country, we are destroying the country. So we enhance efficient revenue mobilization, broaden the tax base in a way, reduce tax exemptions as well, and enhance revenue collections efficiency. No borrowing. I don't want to borrow. I have never borrowed as a businessman. I have never borrowed as a family man. I have never borrowed as an entrepreneur. I have never borrowed as a father. And I will never borrow as president. I will never borrow as president. Borrowing is when you do not have any other option. But we have many options. We have gone to IMF 17 times. Why? Can somebody give that gentleman Coke or Fanta to drink, please? His voice is coming down. Give him some drink. Please give him some drink. Thank you. Thank you. We have effective debt restructuring to pay back our debts. And I tell you, we have 3 of our brothers who are running for president. The 3 brothers are running for president. If President Mahama becomes president, the economy will be worse under the situation. Under the situation, if President Mahama becomes president, the economy will be worse. Under the same situation, if Bawumia becomes president, the economy will be disastrous. Come again? But you see, under the situation that we find ourselves today, if Hassan Ayariga becomes president, the economy will grow. 1, our debtors will cut off our debts. Citizens will begin to have hope in the leadership of Hassan Ayariga. Many citizens will have confidence. Businessmen and stakeholders from outside will begin to build confidence that, look, we have a new president we don't know. We have a young man who is coming, who is going to restore hope and transform this country. So let's support him. Let's back him. And the Ghanaian citizens will see a different kind of leadership. And we are going to build Ghana to the extent that Ghanaians will say, now then a long time, this will be the mark. I am not coming to joke with Ghana. I am not coming to spend Ghana's money. I am not coming to make indiscipline, mismanagement, and corruption be the center of Ghana. I will never ever do that. In this hall, I am the only presidential candidate in Ghana who has all his children schooling and living in Ghana. Choboy. And as I sit here with you, 4 of my children are here. Please, stand up. Stand up. Stand up. So these are my children. So this is evidence-based. I am not telling you lies. If I want Ghana to be good, then my children will be good. If I destroy Ghana, my children will be destroyed. If I build Ghana and Ghana is good, my children will be proud of me. I will not send my children outside and destroy your children. They should be here too. If I lead and it's good, they will enjoy the benefit tomorrow. They will lead better than me. We will curb wasteful spending, ensure procurement reforms, improve efficient fiscal decentralization, enhance audit and oversight mechanisms, create an enabling environment to promote industrial revolution, establish refineries to refine our crude oil. How can we be talking about oil, prices of oil, when we send crude outside and go and buy refined products? Haba. Like a farmer, you produce, you farm, and then you send your farm inputs, your rice, your granules, to go and sell to a restaurant owner. And this restaurant owner buys it, and in return cook it, prepare the food, and you go there and buy the food to eat. APC. We need to change our mindset. I don't know why we are making so many mistakes in this country. I don't know those who are leading us. The mistakes are too many. There are too many. I can't understand it. Is it intentional or lack of, or ignorance? All right. The next policy, security for all. Security for all. We shall restructure all security agencies and institutions. the minimum standard requirement for recruitment as officer into any security institution will be first degree. Will be first degree. We are not going to allow our police, our institutions, security institutions, to be messed up by so-called party vigilante boys. We cannot do that. Security institutions are supposed to be intelligent institutions. They are institutions that are supposed to save your life, protect you, put mechanisms to handle whatever is happening in this country. But we have security institutions. Yes, Amasa. Me pacho, one city, maybe you. Go to Germany, the where I grew up. Go to US, and if you meet a security officer, he is 10 times intelligent than you. No matter who you are, he knows how to handle you. Even when you throw your passport on the floor, he says, control, passport, and you throw it on the ground. He will pick the passport on the ground. Make sure he controls what he wants to. And when you are right, he will handle it to you and say, thank you. He will not throw it on the floor. This is intelligence. But what do we have in this country? Job for the boys. Job for the boys. How can then will we have intelligent national security? National security is full of both, what do you call it, party boys. 90% of it is party boys. So, we are disgraced every day in the international communities. We are disgraced every day. A white man meets our police officer on the street or our national security man on the street. We beg. We're losing it. We are losing it. Those already in the police will go for training. All of them. You will not lose your job if you are already there. We will train you, give you skill training. If you haven't been to school, we'll send you back to school so that you can maintain your job. Now, secondly, under my national leadership policy and national data system, students who intend to become security officers, right from your third degree, your level 300, you'll be getting your post. If you want to be a police officer, the slot will come, those who want to be police officers. Because we are building a society where graduates are now going to fit into the system. We are not going to produce graduates that are going to be avoidable and become dependent on us. The system will allow us to train every person in this country that will fit into the society. So students are no more going to be students who come out looking for jobs. No. Before you come out of school, level 300, you already know where you are going. Because we have built the systems to absorb you into the system. No more graduate unemployed youth. No way. We must continue to build a country based on restructuring, based on transforming it, based on restructuring, and based on transforming our country. And we need to do that. We restructured our security agencies. Listen very carefully. Under the APC leadership, no foreigner will possess a weapon or armed. No foreigner in this country. Foreigners are killing our citizens. They are holding weapons, demonstrating in this country. I have been to China. No foreigner is allowed to hold a weapon or pistol in China. But Ghana here, the foreigners are the ones holding weapons. To kill who? My citizens? Are you serious? The security agencies are there. If you have a problem, go to them. I will ban any foreigner from holding any weapon in this country. Choboy. And under the same security, we are going to set up fine policies for offenders of law. When you offend the law, you pay a fine. Because now, trotro drivers and all these drivers, they come and do guru and walk away, and they don't pay fine. Now, no fine is paid to any policeman has bribed. You will be given a ticket. When you pay, it goes to the police fund, government fund. So every time you break a law, you pay money for it. Because the national data system will have your information. You can't run away. Visibility and safety. Under the same policy, we will ensure 2 policemen to 1 vehicle policy. In Ghana, our policemen will have 1 vehicle to 2 policemen to patrol the whole town and be monitoring and have a data system under it that when they key your name inside, because of the data system, even your phone number is enough to track whatever you are doing or whoever you are. We shall also provide effective data system for the police to be able to handle crime and all sorts of crimes. And we shall also provide additional motorbikes and motorcycles for police visibility. Right now, they have a lot of police motorbikes. We increase it so that there will be visibility of the police everywhere. And we shall give free internet data for security institutions and personnel. And enhance police infrastructure development, and as well give loan facilities for policemen to own their own homes. Because the policemen who are suffering and they do not have homes, accommodation is a big problem for them. So we'll create a fund to make sure that that happens. Another policy, the controversial one, the Ghana City. The Ghana City. Ladies and gentlemen, under the leadership of the APC, we shall regulate the operation of black foreign currency exchange forex bureaus. In regulating it, this is the policy. 1, I will ban the operation of foreign currency accounts in Ghana. Nobody will have a foreign currency account. Not in dollars, not in euros, not in pounds. No bank will operate any foreign currency account for anybody, whether company, individual, or whatever. It's banned. Number 2, we shall ban the award of contracts in foreign currencies. No foreign currency, no contract will be awarded in foreign currency. All contracts will be awarded in Ghana cedis. Number 3, we shall ban the buying and selling of properties in foreign currency. Nobody will buy property or sell properties in foreign currency. Number 4, we shall ban visa fees and other fees to be quoted in Ghana cedis. No embassy is allowed to quote anything in foreign currencies. You quote it in the Ghana cedi because we are going to pay Ghana cedi. We shall ban rentals of properties, as I've said that one. We shall ban school fees in foreign currency. This is the only country people take school fees in dollars and pounds. It will never happen under my leadership. We shall ban hotels from quoting in foreign currencies. And no hotel will quote in foreign currency. Under transportation, we are going to build concrete roads throughout the country. Our roads are so bad, we are building roads with just tiny asphalt. It will be 6 inches depth. So we are going to begin to build concrete roads. These concrete roads will last for 100, 200 years. And no more graveling, tomorrow graveling, next year graveling, every year we are graveling roads. What is this? That is the reason why we can't pay our debts, because we are wasting it. We will expand and modernize roads infrastructure. We will build dual and 4-lane roads linking major cities, upgrade and maintain road network, and as well introduce light rail systems. In addition, upgrade trotro and other transportation systems. Trotro must be all brand new. Nobody is going to use a trotro that is old. We will give you a facility to buy brand new trotros and work and pay. The old trottoir will not happen anymore. We'll send them to scrap. No more 207. Chaboy. We will expand air transportation. Right now, under air transportation, people cannot fly to Kumasi. You have to pay 1,500 Ghana cedis for a flight to Kumasi. Meanwhile, your salary is less than 800 Ghana cedis. So we'll make sure that airfare systems are reviewed. We'll reduce airfare system in this country. We'll develop water transportation system. We'll provide digital ticketing for public transportation and promote electronic vehicles that will make transportation cheaper. So that trotro, taxis, Ubers will all be electronic vehicles. We'll build tram and modern train systems. We'll build trams. You see what do you call it? Motorway, the middle of the motorway. I'm going to build railway stations linking from Tema to Malam Junction. So that those who are coming from Tema, you don't need to drive cars through to Tema. Just take the train and you go there. So we'll build sky trains. I don't know what is wrong with this our leaders. These simple things we can do. Are they? Oh, God. There will be, under the system, we'll have free transportation for students, children, police, military, and disabled people. All of them will have tickets to be able to use the train, the buses system in our country, that students do not have to pay for transportation until they are out of school. We will provide loan facilities for taxis and bus drivers to buy new cars and provide intercity railway system and rail and transport system. Under housing, we are already in deficit of over 2 million housing projects. So the APC, Sagleme, if I win Sagleme, if I win the election, Sagleme will be given to Ghanaians to occupy. Sagleme, the first award of contract that I will give out to Ghanaians will be Sagleme. Go and occupy it. Tell me how much you can pay, and then be there. Pay bit by bit to government. It's better than leaving it to lie down there. So the day I win power, first award of contract is Sagleme. Guys, occupy Sagleme. Hashtag occupy. Hashtag occupy. Hashtag occupy. Hashtag occupy. I will provide 2 million affordable housing for all Ghanaians. We have allowed Sagleme to get rotten. Rotten. What is wrong with our leaders? Yes, sir. We shall turn Nima, Mamobi, Kasua, Malata to high-rise buildings. Yes, we shall build high-rise housing buildings for them. Not the small huts they have in there. We will change it and make it a unique city. We shall ensure that in rentals, nobody is going to pay more than 3 months' rent at advance. If you're going to get a building, you pay 3 months and not 2 years. 2 years is too much. 3 months is enough. 3 months will be the minimum money you pay at rent advance. Nobody has money to pay 2 years. The economy is hard. So people, Ghanaians, are suffering when it comes to, housing. Then debt stock. We shall reduce Ghana debt stock growth, strengthen the revenue system, and establish national debt recovery policy. Under civil servant, the APC will provide friendly interest loan guarantees for civil servants and public sector workers. We shall provide accommodation for public sector and civil servant workers, increase and regulate pension scheme for civil and public servant fund. My policy, this is the best of my policy. We will light the nation, clean the nation, green the nation, and flag the nation. So everywhere in Ghana will be light. I will not see darkness anywhere in Ghana. Every city in Ghana shall be clean. Every city in Ghana shall become green. And lastly, every city in Ghana shall have Ghana flag. Every house shall have Ghana flag. If you come to my house, there's a Ghana flag there. This shows identity and patriotism. Love your country. I have a Ghana flag in my house. That is the assurance of the love I have for my country. Youth and sports. Our youth are suffering. So under youth and sports, we provide infrastructure development and upgrade all sports facilities. We promote arts and sports educational curriculum. We ensure policy changes on sports and as well increase funding and incentives. We start establish youth centers in communities and set up talent academies. Talent academies. We shall promote mentorship and capacity building, engage professionals and train coaches. We shall have football coaches trained in Ghana here and not only abroad. We shall also encourage rural outreach. Many of our people in the rural areas should be able to reach out here and also have some kind of, talent. And then as well, partner with the private sector for sports development. Under the APC entertainment industry policy, we will create a music production fund of royalties for musicians. We will create platform in each region to mentor upcoming musicians from infancy to adulthood. We will create an online platform for the upcoming artists to sing and rap through the mic policy for presenters. We will create behind the mic policy for presenters. So behind the mic, you can sit from your house and then they'll call you and you rap through the radio and people will listen to you and your talent will be harnessed. We will create platform to exchange talent and knowledge among countries. Ghana and other countries and Ghana will put that platform to exchange knowledge. We'll build modern studios and infrastructure to support the industry, create market opportunities for musicians and film actors. We shall provide huge platform for easy collaboration with foreign partners and provide legal support for licensing, contracts, royalties for the industry. And as well put measures in place to identify various talent in the creative arts industry. We must provide apps to upload music for interested markets. So you need to have apps that people can upload your music and play. We'll build systems, modern infrastructure to support the industry. We'll support artist development and capacity building as well, and establish a robust music and industry infrastructure. Foster collaboration and partnership between musicians and investors. And we shall establish a music royalty collection agencies to ensure fair compensation for artists. We will develop a national music industry database to track industry growth and trends. Under education, we will create entrepreneurship and innovation management strategy training. We shall abolish double-track system. We shall abolish double-track system. And we shall introduce the shift system. The shift system. The shift system of 24-hour economy. Why do we keep running away from certain things that we can do? Students have to go 3 months home and 3 months away. Why don't we run a shift system? Day students will go to school in the morning. By 2 o'clock, they close. Boarders will start from 2 o'clock and close 8 o'clock. By 8 o'clock, they go to their dormitories and sleep. Simple. Simple. But lack of wisdom, my people perish. We shall change curriculum of education to make it more creative and innovative, and ensure infrastructure development, and as well enhance STEM education. We will continue to promote BEC to tertiary education reforms and improve free education policy from basic to tertiary. From basic to tertiary. And establish funds for teachers' housing. Teachers are suffering. The teachers are suffering. The teachers do not have accommodation. They are suffering. So we will establish a fund where teachers will be able to access the funds to build their homes, loan homes. Governance. Lands not to be sold outright to foreigners. Already I spoke about it. It's cancelled. Ensure that traditional leaders are part of our local governance. At least 50% of our traditional leaders must now be part of local governance. Because you cannot come to my community as a traditional leader and dictate to me what I should do. And I'm not part of that decision. I don't believe in that. I believe our leaders here, our chiefs, must have hand in our governance system at the local levels. They must be part of it. Decision making. So my chiefs under my leadership, you will not sit at home and government will make decisions for you. You'll be part of that decision making so that we'll build a better Ghana. We will ensure that election of assembly members should not be politicized. At the assembly level, people should pick nomination and contest as assembly members, not as party members. Important thing. Ashanti region shall be divided into two. So boy, Ashanti region shall be divided into two. Because the region is big, but they are not getting the requisite kind of investment they need. It's limited. So, in as much as they want more investment, they want more development, they should divide it so that they will have double access of government funding to build that region very well. We have those who call themselves the Comericans, am I right? And those who call themselves the Ashantis. Am I right? We will divide the region into two. Ashanti Hini should understand. I am coming to divide this region into two. Upper East. We shall divide Upper East into two as well, so that we can have a broader understanding of traditional reliefs. No more conflicts. Thank you. Then one district assemble 3 lawyer policies. At the district level, we shall have 3 lawyer policies. We shall introduce a proposal for one district assemble 3 lawyers policy initiative after winning the 2024 presidential election. This initiative will see that the APC government in 2025 recruit a total of 800 professional, permanent, and in-house lawyers for over 250 district and municipal assemblies across the country. This policy is geared towards improving the policy compliance, education, regulation requirement for our Ghanaian district assemblies. Under health, I'm almost done. We shall build ultra-modern hospital nationwide in every constituency. We cannot only have 37. Kolebu, Rich, and that everyone who is sick in the northern parts must run there. Everyone who is sick in the eastern part must run there. Everyone who is sick in the western part must run there. Every district must have a nationwide hospital, ultra-modern ones. We shall train more nurses and doctors to meet WHO standards, and as well strengthen national health insurance scheme and enhance production of traditional medicines. The traditional medicines, my vice said it earlier on. The white man produced the medicine for his people. He did not produce it for the black man. So the medication that we are buying from the white country is not meant for us. So we should begin to investigate our systems, our body structure, and create or build or produce medicines that fits us as humans, so that we have 100% perfection of every medicine we take in. We cannot allow our traditional medicine to get rotten, and then we keep buying something that is not meant for us. We must help the traditional leaders to enhance medicine in tradition, in the traditional form. So we build mechanisms and put up ultra-modern laboratories for the traditional medicines to be produced. We shall enhance production of traditional medicine and provide free treatment for non-chemical diseases. Integrate NCD, that's non-chemical diseases, and mental health services into the National Health Insurance Scheme. There shall be free dialysis, free childbirth policy, free diabetic care and education. We shall adapt a review policy to protect the Ghanaian society and adapt a sustainable financing mechanism to address healthcare financing gaps. We will create a traditional alternative medicine fund to improve local production and export of supplies to neighboring countries. We will establish funds for nurses and doctors' housing. Nurses and doctors they are suffering for accommodation, especially the nurses. Most nurses do not know where to sleep. They are hanging around their friends, colleagues, families, boyfriends, girlfriends, and their ghetto boys. So we will make sure that the people who take care of our lives, we must also take care of their accommodation. E-governance will promote digitalization and enhance information and communication technology, improve service delivery, increase public transparency, and ensure cost efficiency, create e-governance convenience, and ensure faster decision making. Corruption. Choboy, APC. Under corruption, the national database is to check corruption. And the national database, if your salary is 100,000 Ghana cedis, you cannot own over $1 million house. If your salary is 10,000 Ghana cedis, you cannot have a car that is over 200,000 to 300,000 Ghana cedis. The data system will show us your income, your salary structure, your expenditure, your expenses, and everything. So that will allow us to track every corrupt individual in Ghana. So we improve reforms and public participation, ensure inclusivity and political commitment and leadership, strengthen public institutions, empower public anti-corruption agencies, promote public transparency and accountability, provide legal framework and enforcement to ensure civic education and public participation against corruption. We shall ensure international collaboration to recover stolen monies and empower civil society and the media, enhance whistleblowers' protection. Last but not the least, foreign policy. Ladies and gentlemen, we're coming to the end of the program. We are about to launch the manifesto of APC called the Nation Manifesto, Transforming Ghana and Restoring Hope. Under it is the last policy, the foreign policy, foreign affairs policy. This is the last policy. We shall review visa fees policies. The visa fees in Ghana is unbearable. It's so expensive that the Ghanaian worker cannot afford it. You cannot come to my country and want to give me visas and charge me the amount more than what I earn. So all embassies shall review their visa fees policy. Number two, we shall make sure that the embassy review waiting period for visa appointment. Today in Ghana, If you are looking for a visa to go to the US, you have to wait 1 year. It doesn't happen anywhere. Our leaders are adamant and mute about it. The US Embassy cannot be giving us 1 year visa appointments and tell you that you should apply for emergency. Every visa appointment is emergency. So, visa appointment cannot be more than 24 days. No way. If you cannot stand it, you can pack and leave. We shall ensure that attitudinal change of foreign embassies are checked. The embassies do not respect our citizens. The embassies do not value our citizens. They treat our men and women like trash. They do not even have proper accommodation and sitting places for our Ghanaian citizens to sit and wait for visa 10. So you go to the embassies and you will see Ghanaians, especially the American embassy, standing in front of the runabout there, as if they are beggars. This is our country. I would not accept that kind of attitude. I would not. You must treat my people like you treat yours. You must respect my people like you respect yours. You cannot put my leaders, my citizens, my youth under the scorching stand and want them to sit down there and wait 3 hours before you call them in. Meanwhile, they are paying you in dollars. We shall ensure 50% refund of visa fees to applicants who are denied visa. When you go and apply for a visa and you pay the money and you are denied visa, they must return 50% of it to you. They cannot take all the money. And we shall ensure that no foreigner will own properties in Ghana. Ladies and gentlemen, Joe, we have come to the end of the program, and the next policy is to launch the manifesto. So I'm calling First Lady, Honorable Apasara, Mr. Where's Akalu? Mr. Adabakani, Reverend Ghana APC, APC, oh, power to the people. Ghana the APC, APC, there won't be a coin. Ghana APC, APC, oh, vote for APC. Ayariga the APC, APC, there won't be a coin. Ghana APC, APC, oh, power to the people. There won't be a coin. Ghana APC, APC, oh, vote for APC. When I vote to Ayariga. Vote to Ayariga. When you vote to Ayariga. Vote to APC. When you vote to Ayariga. Vote to Ayariga. Vote to Ayariga. Vote to APC. Use your power. The media. Use your power. APC on power. Yes. Use your power. No promoting power. Yes. Use your power. Ayariga on power. The whole manifesto entails a lot. It entails a lot of policies. We are not making promises like we said. We are putting up policies and not promises. And these policies have been captured in an excerpt of 30 pages that you will get access of it, software copies of it, on your phones after this. Go home and read it properly. I explain some directly from the excerpts and explain some from my head because I invented this manifesto. So I know what I was talking about. But this manifesto is to be launched today, the 22nd of September 2024 at exactly
10? 10? Are you serious? Chabai! So I've been talking for how many hours? My apologies. My apologies. My apologies. Don't worry. Before you go, there is snacks for everyone. I think even the snack is more than the crowd. It's more than all of you. So everybody will get something. And let me be very honest with you. Whatever you are going to eat or drink today was produced by my wife. So if you eat it and you like it, then know that it is the first lady that produced it. It was not, we did not buy it anywhere. The first lady took her time to make sure that it was properly prepared under hygienic condition so that everybody will get a piece of it and enjoy it. Approved by the FDA. So ladies and gentlemen, everybody put your hand. Let's everybody put his hand. I think. No, one is enough. One is enough. Yes. We should come forward. Okay, let's go. Lunch. Ladies and gentlemen, we present to you the 2024 Manifesto of the All People's Congress, APC, and duly lunch.
APC!